And welcome to another brand new episode of Live Forex Training with your host, Peeling Mindset. At this point in time, we are in the New York session, waiting to see how the price is going to move in gold and as well our pound yen. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting in about a second. Just give me a second. It's working. All right, let's see. So what's happening in today's market? Looks like the market's been pretty rangy today. Pretty rangy, isn't it? It looks like it. So we're gonna break down the chart. Just checking the YouTube for the first few minutes, checking the system if it's up and running. All right, so if I have to look at gold from a monthly sort of a time frame, so let's break down the chart from the high time frame to the lower time frame. Obviously, this monthly candle in gold right now is still bullish. I mean, I wanted this monthly candle, this July's monthly candle, to actually follow some of the characteristics from the last monthly candle close. Obviously, this monthly candle still has 4 more days left for its close. But if this candle has to flip bearish, man, this is a long way to go. This is in about 384 pips. So if the candle is finally flipping bearish, I mean, that's going to be amazing. But otherwise, this monthly candle is still bullish. So it looks like the bullish momentum is still respected on a monthly sort of a perspective. On the other hand, on a weekly time frame, if you look into the weekly most recent price action from the top, price fell down so heavy. This looks like another lower high, right? Now, if this is a potential lower high, I mean, there is a range on the downside, but there is huge traffic. There is like a lot of number of pips to secure or go through. So I don't know if gold's going to move that fast, but we will see. Right? We will see. And is there any fundamental news happening in the next 4 days? Or we have consumer confidence. Okay. Oh, we have FOMC within July. So maybe FOMC is gonna shake the market off to some sort of direction, right? The FOMC could shake the market to some sort of direction. So in the next 22 minutes, we have this MPC member sort of a conference for a pound. So it's going to be something interesting. External Bank of England, MPC. Okay. Interesting. Anyways, we are still looking at gold. So looking at gold right now, looking at the most recent candles, wick on the upside and downside. I mean, these are the situation where I usually stay away from because I only love clear traffic and clear price action to the left hand side so that the price doesn't have a hard time going through and achieving those range. But right now, price is in this wicky sort of area. Right, for clear sort of a sell, I need candles to break the wicks and start pushing down through this clear traffic. Otherwise, if buys are coming in, I need to see clear push on the upside. On a daily time frame, it's sort of an indecision, to be honest, on a daily time frame. But on the other hand, what we can see is if this is a daily support, price has been respecting the daily support, and the current daily candle is bullish, right? So that is quite interesting. Now, looking at the 4-hour time frame, looking at the 4 hours most recent price action, look at this 4 hour. So what I can do is I can actually erase these stuffs here. Let's erase everything. Let's just draw everything fresh. Why don't we draw everything fresh in gold? Gold could be drawn fresh. All right. So this is the daily support. Let's just draw the daily support right here. And the current daily candle has broken the previous daily candle's high at this point in time. And let's go into the 4-hour time frame. Look at this. 4-hour time frame has broken this recent 4-hour sort of a resistance level successfully. Previous 4-hour candle successfully closed above, showing a sign that, you know what, price can actually move up. So one 4-hour candle closed above, that is a good sign with a wick on the downside, rejecting the bottom range. And this current 4-hour candle has 2 hours left for its close. So what does that tell us? This candle moving down in its first few minutes before moving up is it could be a potential. Oh man, my lips are slippering. My tongue is slipping. But anyways, so this 4-hour candle moving down before moving up could be a potential liquidity grab. So if this 4-hour candle starts flipping bullish, the bias is buy. 100% the bias is buy. Just looking at the 4-hour candle. On a 4-hour candle, the potential target on the upside is... potential target is 1822 sort of an area, but obviously it's a Monday. So is the market actually going to move on Monday? Or maybe, especially because this Monday is the last Monday of the month. So let's see if the volume is actually going to be induced, right? And the previous 2-hour candle. So look at this. Look at the way how the 2-hour candle closed here. 2-hour candle. This could be a potential target on the upside if buys are coming in. And this 2-hour candle, or these two 2-hour candles actually managed to close above this gray area, right? And also close successfully above the 2-hour resistance. Now, this current 2-hour candle is closing in the next 18 minutes. If this 2-hour candle could respect the previous 2-hour candle's low, or if we can see some sort of support in a smaller time frame, such as 1 hour, I mean, we can still base our bias in a buying sort of a scenario, right? So look at this. On the other hand, hourly candle, this is the resistance, most recent resistance that the price is rejecting off of at this point in time. Interesting. So this right here, if I'm regarding 1809.15 as the most recent resistance, from that to the gray area, it's in about 32 pips all the way to the top. So all I need to see is looking at the 1 hour, I need to see a 1-hour candle close above that area for a potential buying sort of a scenario. For selling sort of a scenario, I mean, I need to see candles close below this support area. So that's going to be 1804.80. For sell, I need to see candles closing below this area. For buys, I need to see an hourly or a 30-minute candle close above 1809.15. So now let's go into the 30-minute time frame and see what's happening. The 30-minute time frame is quite rangy. I mean, anybody can see that, you know what, price is so rangy. Rangy AF. Rangy AF. Now, this is something interesting I can see right now. Obviously, so some of the beginner traders, maybe if you don't know what's happening around with the price right now, around this level is something that the price has been engaging with several times. Look at this. Look at the engagement around that price level. Look at the engagement. Look at the engagement. Look at the engagement. So many taps, so many engagement around that around that level, right? So once we actually tried to break that level, and we couldn't break and close above. So let's say this was the first try, right? Obviously, that was not the first try. This is the first try right here. This is the second time that the price tried to break that level. This is the third time, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So price has tried to break 1809.15 17 times in the most recent price action. So if the price is actually trying to break that level, what I've seen over time is a level which a price has engaged with several times before breaking it and continuing with a trend. I mean, the most recent trend in gold seems like a bullish trend. Look at this, right? On an hourly and a 2-hour sort of a perspective, the most recent rejection, most recent price action seems as if it's moving up. Now, if it's moving up, what I've seen is if it's going to break this level, if it's going to break this resistance, it may retest that level one more time before moving up. So what does that tell me? That means if a smaller time frame finally manages to close above, just like this, the next candle should retest this level and start moving up. So for now, I'm only considering 1809.15 from an hourly sort of a view. So let's see if my trade is going to work. So what I need to see is I need to see at least an hourly candle close of 1809.15 at this point of time, because the hourly candle is going to close in the next 15 minutes. So we will see. But the price action is very rangy. To be honest, really rangy. I will not be surprised if there's something happening. If there's any sort of any sort of news being passed over in the in the past 24 to 48 hours. Let's see. Anything happened? What is market? Moves, Vietnam tariff threat. Okay, nothing serious. To be honest, I don't see anything serious here. In case recovery crumbles. Britain's biggest financial institution are on track to meet the Bank of England's deadline to be ready for negative data, giving authorities another tool. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. And I'm going to bring this one right here. All right. So need to see candles close above 1809.15. Buys above 1809.15. Just looking at the hourly, okay? I mean, the confidence is going to be less if we start looking at the 30-minute alongside with hourly, because obviously on a 30-minute, look at the way the candle actually managed to close above, and the next candle just corrected everything. But another thing is that I notice if this, sorry about that, my throat is my throat is acting around today. So if this was supposed to be a fake out, and if the candles were to push down, doing something like this, I mean, that didn't happen, right? So what does that tell me? That tells me that, you know what, price is still going to try and break 1809.15. And if there's probability that, you know what, price finally breaks above, alongside with volume, price may continue up. Because if there was to be a fake out with this sort of a price action, it hasn't happened yet. So, I mean, sells for now isn't looking that obvious, to be honest. Isn't looking obvious. So the candles are pushing up, ranging, okay, but still pushing up. Every rejection is getting higher and higher. So if the candles are to push up close above this level, I mean, I'm going to take a buy then. That is sort of my idea and my bias right now in gold. So hopefully it works with volume. And again, it's Monday, so I don't want to rush anything, and it's the end of the month. So do I really want to force a trade at the end of the month? Maybe don't force a trade, right? So low system resource may affect your audio quality. Try closing some application to improve performance. Okay. Interesting. Is my sound on Zoom okay, guys? Is the sound on Zoom okay? All right. What do you guys think? Ooh, look at the way look at the way the pound yen moved. Wow. Pound yen. Pound yen is pretty bullish. The current daily candle is actually respecting the gap at this point in time. Daily candle has a really decent wick on the bottom, and GJ looks like it could actually push up here. Looking at the most recent price action from around 149.335 sort of a level. Look at this, 149.335 sort of a level was a demand area where the price actually is actually rejecting off of at this point in time on pound yen. So the current daily candle is pretty bullish. Is solid bullish, to be honest. 4-hour candle, I mean, the previous 4-hour candle closed with a long liquidity wick from the bottom and closed somehow dodgy, and the candles are pushing up. And in the next 11 minutes, we have this MPC sort of a conference. So maybe that's going to push pound yen somewhere here. Is actually interesting. And the 2-hour candle is going to close in the next 10 minutes. If any of the 2-hour, 1-hour candle starts closing above 152, 120 sort of level, man, the price is going to push up. The price is definitely going to push up. It's sort of interesting for me. Pound yen is really interesting for me right now. Especially right now. It's pretty interesting. Alrighty. From 152, 120 to 152, 335. The range is in about 20 pips range. So pretty good how 1 hour candle, so the previous 1 hour candle actually managed to close above, right? So which is good. And it's a pretty strong bullish candle. So right now my bias would be buys, but do I really want to take a position around a conference? Maybe no. But it's kind of lovely. The way pound yen is moving, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. The bias is solid bias, to be honest. Solid bias from around here, right? This is the position we took around 21st July. From around here, from 151, 58, the bias is bias, man. Nothing has changed yet. Has moved up in about 200 pips. This is so beautiful, right? The bias is clearly bias. clearly bias. Man. Yep. Actually, you know what? I'll be looking more for sells in gold. So buys above that level and sells below 1804.80. That's what I'm going to look after for. Let's see. All right, so Sun has sent a chart. Let's look at Sun's chart here. Our Sun is looking at pound yen sell. Ooh, he took sell on the on the flip of the candle. Interesting. I mean, I don't know, because MPC news is the conference is going to be held in the next 5 minutes. I mean, maybe your trade's gonna work out, but I wouldn't take a trade around the conference, man. Honestly, if this is gonna work out, try and manage and secure, or manage your position accordingly. For now, you must be in around 5-6 pips in profit. So try and secure something, because in the next 9 minutes we have this conference. On the next 4 minutes, sorry, next 4 minutes we have this conference right here. No worries. No worries at all, son. No worries. Hopefully, you don't get slipped or get massacred by the market. So it's actually looking pretty interesting the way it's moving right now, because this is a resistance level. 152, 120 is a rejection level where the price is rejecting off of right now. It's slowly and surely moving down, but this is this time we are 3 minutes away from the MPC sort of a news conference. So San says, is this a valid setup? For me, it's not a valid setup, because I know this is a resistance, right? But selling near a resistance doesn't really make sense. Doesn't really make sense, especially when the most recent price action is bullish and the daily candle has flipped bullish. For me, it's not a valid setup, to be honest. 4 hour, look at the 4 hour candle. 4 hour candle is so bullish, right? And the most recent 4 hour candle closed with a liquidity wick on the bottom. So I would rather expect the candles to start pushing up, leaving wicks on the top, making some sort of support, and rejecting the bottom, start pushing up. Yeah. Sometimes your trade idea works. It's like you think about an idea and you see it happen in the market sometimes, and you take it. It works. It definitely works. You just need to kind of journal and kind of define the idea, and that way it's going to be valid. Any setup is valid as long as you know what's happening. So for example, sometimes I look into setups that some of the traders disagree with. And I definitely respect that, because something that makes sense to me and I've seen over time and I capitalize off of several times, I mean, that may not make sense to somebody else. For example, I'll give you an example. My friend, he uses sell limits, right? So sell limits is a whole new different kind of order type where you're taking entries around the wick, and you're expecting the price to reverse after it hits your position. I mean, it's a whole new different setup. On the other hand, I never want to let my position go in drawdown. I only want to catch that proper wave of that price move with the trend, or sort of a fake out. And I need a proper structure before I trade, right? But any setup is a valid setup, son. 100%. And looking at the previous 15-minute candle closed below this level. I mean, the sales getting stronger and stronger. But these two candles, comparing to the past two bullish candles, this is almost nothing. These two bearish candles, right? So we have to see. Definitely have to see. This is the MPC news. MPC is sort of a conference right now. MPC conference. Yeah, I'm thinking about gold. If gold starts breaking 1806.90, I mean, that's going to be lovely. If gold starts breaking 1806.90, have to see what's going to happen. Wow, Sun's setup is working. Sun, I think your setup is working right now. Pound yen is pushing down nice, isn't it? Pound yen is pushing down so nice. Ooh, beautiful. If you saw this happening in the market several times and if you took it with experience, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful, quite beautiful. If you took it with experience. Wow, in about 10 pips in profit now. Beautiful. Looks like the MPC news didn't bring such volatility. Maybe it hasn't turned out to be volatile yet, or maybe it's not going to be anything, any of a volatility in the market. It's just pushing down nice and slow at this point in time, rejecting off the resistance, and it's looking pretty good now. Right now, it's actually kind of looking good. Breaking lows, making proper structure, breaking lows. I mean, on the break of the low, it looks pretty good, right? Looks actually pretty solid. Looks pretty solid. Yep. Good, son. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, looks like Sun's trade is working beautiful here. Yeah, I mean, Sun for a textbook sort of a trade near resistance, maybe on the break of the low. This hourly candle's low was a proper trade, man. I think that was a proper trade. Right now, in about 6 pips in profit from the break of the low, but it's looking pretty good. The way it's moving, it's looking pretty good. So if the volume is going to push the price down, that's only going to be amazing, right? That's only going to be more amazing. If the volume could push the price even lower in pound yen. Right now, gold is hanging around this support sort of area, kind of rangy. Gold is kind of rangy. I would love to see candles closing above 1809.15 to start with for buying sort of a scenario. But gold looks immensely difficult. To be honest, gold looks immensely difficult. Pretty difficult. Pre-New York. So the 4-hour candle in gold has flipped bullish, right? So which is actually a good sign. So the current 4-hour candle flipping bullish. I mean, there is clear traffic on the left hand side, and the previous 4-hour candle does have a wick on the top that's showing us that, you know what, there could be a potential range for the price to fill through. So I'm expecting the price to push up. So let's see what's going to happen. Adnan is saying a buy stop near 152, 150 as we are very close to market open. I mean, yeah, it's a far-fetched idea, you know, for the buy stop to be a valid idea. Have to see some sort of support, you know, got to be able to be wait for a proper support, proper structure. If you're trading FX, you have to be able to you know what, wait for a proper structure, and the structure is formed only when a proper support or resistance is formed. Right now, a resistance has formed in pound yen, and the prices are pushing down. So I don't want to take a buy. So putting a buy stop is only a death trap for me. I have to first see a rejection or a support, some sort of structure. Then only I'm going to wait to see that, you know what, maybe I can put a buy stop. Until then, I have to wait. So I'm looking at gold. Gold looks way interesting right now because gold has been ranging for some time. If the range is going to be broken, man, the gray area could be tapped. That's my ultimate target for today. The gray area. So the gray area, if I have to define the gray area, it's going to be 18, 12, I would say 14. Ooh. And gold has hit my alert. Gold has hit my alert. Dun dun dun. Ooh, 1809, 15 has been tapped at this point in time. Looks like there's some sort of volume here. Ooh. And the price is breaking above the range on an hourly sort of a time frame, which is a good sign for the price to continue up. So if the price could continue up, I mean, that'll be nice. That will be really nice. Gold is so rangy. It's like the Ranger City. Gold is in the Ranger City. Mr. Ranger City. Gold is rangy. Oh. Oh my god. God damn. Too cold.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Yeah, gold is looking pretty difficult here. Mr. Gold is looking really difficult. And gold is still hanging around there on a hourly sort of a time frame, on an hourly sort of a perspective. It was actually looking good for buying sort of a buying sort of a area, buying sort of a scenario. Right now the price is still hanging around there. Price has tried several times to break this level and hasn't broken that level successfully yet. I mean, it has tried several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is the 7th time that the price is trying to break that level, and the support is there. So I have to see some sort of volume here. I haven't taken any sort of entry, just enjoying the price action as it's happening right now. It's Monday, so don't want to force any sort of trade here, especially on a Monday. And right now the price is moving up above 1809.15, which is a good sign. So I think 15-minute candle is looking pretty good with its liquidity wick on the bottom. I mean, the price should continue up. We do have some sort of hurdle here next to the price around here and around here, some sort of hurdle. But I mean, it's gold again at the same time. You know, a lot of volume has been experiencing gold, especially around the close of the month, and price has been ranging pretty much ever since London session here. So if the price is ranging, I mean, if the price is moving up, there is clear traffic on the upside, right? Up to 1812.40, and we have this juicy range on the upside. I especially want to attack this range above 1812.40. So if beginner traders out there in the YouTube or whatever you guys are, if you guys don't know about clear range and the clear traffic on the left hand side, I mean, look at this, right? In gold, this candle is something you want to attack, or this candle is something you want to be in. This candle right here, this is something you want to be in. This is something you want to be in 100%. So let's see what's going to happen. We are 34 minutes away from the market open at this point in time. It looks like gold is pushing up. Beautiful. Beautiful gold is pushing up. 4-hour candle especially looking pretty nice. I mean, 4-hour candle has a decent wick on the bottom, and there's a wick on the left hand side, and a wick on the upside to be filled. On a higher time frame, it's way consistent. I especially want to attack price above 1812.40, as I've said already. And I'm kind of waiting here, just waiting. Obviously, don't want to take a trade in the range, or don't want to be a part of a fake out as well at the same time. So kind of waiting to see if a 30-minute candle finally closes above 1809.15. That way I would see if I can take an opportunity. But right now, market in gold pretty bullish, market in pound yen pretty bearish. I mean, San's analysis at the beginning of the stream was pretty nice. I mean, he took a trade around here on the flip of the candle. I mean, that was beautiful, isn't it? In about 19 pips, beautiful. So everything comes with experience, you know, absolutely comes with experience, and that was lovely. So whoever took a trade on the break of the low, I mean, I think you guys managed to secure 10 pips as well. Now, this trade right here was a textbook trade on the break of the low. I mean, beautiful, right? Beautiful. gold is slowly pushing up. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Sun has sent a chart. Let's look at Sun's chart here. Just give me a second. All right, so Sun is looking for pound USD buys above the break of the high. I mean, yeah, this is a textbook trade. This is a textbook trade, Sun. So wanting to see price testing the high, right? Have to see candles close. I mean, this is a 15-minute candle close, so which is good. So let's see, pound USD. You're looking to pound USD. Mr. Pound USD, 15 pip range, just paper trading, bro. I mean, it looks good, looks pretty good. So the wick on the downside looks as if a retest, right? So that seems like a retest. And if this is a retest for the price to continue up, that could be a valid trade with volume alongside. I mean, this could be a valid trade. Sun looks very nice. Look at this. Your paper trade actually worked. Beautiful, isn't it? In about 7 pips in profit, which is good. I think the high is going to be tested here. Looks like it. on the other hand, gold is just ranging. Mr. Gold is just ranging. Gold wants to range right now. So as long as price experiences some sort of volume in today's New York market, I mean, pushing on the upside could be beautiful. So, I mean, waiting to see if that's gonna happen, you know. Waiting to see. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum-bum. Yeah, Mr. Gold is having a hard time. Mr. Gold is having a hard time. Ooh. Gold is pretty rangy, pretty volatile at the same time. Wow. Gold is pretty... Ooh. Gold is changing direction like the skin of the snake. You know how snake changes its skin? Gold is changing its direction like that. It's almost like nothing. Almost like nothing. Ooh. Interesting. Baby. Ooh. Baby. Ooh. Baby. 22 minutes left for this hourly candle to close. If this hourly candle finally closes above 1809.15, I mean, that's a good chance for gold to push up. But if it's just gonna range, I mean, I'm not gonna look at gold anymore. Just looking at gold right now, it seems as if there's a high chance price could move up, but at the same time, I have to see candles close. That's the idea, right? I have to see candles close to base some sort of strong bias. So let's see. Hourly candle still has 22 more minutes left for its close. One more minutes left. Yep, gold is looking disgusting. It is looking disgusting, to be honest. Have to see candles closing in our direction. That way, it'll be beautiful. Otherwise, yeah, gold is doing what it does at its best. It's just breaking people's heart at this point in time. So obviously you have to see hourly candle close above 1809.15 for a clear bias. That's what I need to see. On the other hand, gold, let's look at pound yen. On the other hand, pound yen are moving up nice and slow. So it looks like this hourly candle has grabbed its liquidity from the bottom. And if the prices are to move up, any candle close above 152, 120 is only going to show a stronger support. So bias of buys is coming into play here in pound yen, which is good. Hopefully the New York market open is going to push the gold's price somewhere. I actually want to see gold pushing up more than anything else. So it's going to be interesting. So Nasir Amari on YouTube says, what do you think of Brent? I don't know what is a Brent. What is a Brent? I don't know what is a Brenty. Is that a drink? Brentacola. Brent oil. I don't know. I don't know anything about Brent. Mr. Gold, Mr. Gold, are you pushing down? Yeah, at this point in time, hourly candle rejecting the top, rejecting this resistance. I mean, price has tried several times several times trying to break that level. Now look at this. Look at the way it's rejecting with its wick now, right? Now it's quite interesting. Even if my bias in gold is to see price moving up, at this point in time, all these wicks on the top and rejection on the top only tells me that, you know what, price can actually move down with volume. Because I rely on volume. So if the volume is going to push the price down, I mean, my bias in gold is going to be sell at that point in time. So if I see candles closing below 1806.90 and eventually below 1804.80, man, I'm going to take the sell out of that thing. But I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. I haven't taken any sort of trade yet. Just looking at the market, enjoying the price action. That's what is important, right? "15 minutes away from the market open, and gold is pretty solid rangey. 20 pips range in gold. Pretty solid. On the other hand, pound yen moving up so nice and beautiful here. Pound yen moving up nice and beautiful. Previous 15-minute candle managed to close above 152, 120. And the original bias of buy is coming into play in pound yen. It's moving up nice and slow, which is good. Now this hourly candle is coming into a close in the next 14 minutes. In the next 14 minutes, so it's actually important to wait for candles to close, and that way a clear direction will be seen, right? Now from the current price in pound yen, the range on the upside is in about 18 to 19 pips. And after breaking 152, 335, again, another 20 pips of range. So pretty good. Pretty good the way pound yen is moving. Got 10 pips in GU, bro. Amazing. Son, that's beautiful. Beautiful. That's what you gotta do. Just add up to your experience. Just add up to your experience. Every time, add up to your experience, right? So on YouTube, Kevin Marine says, so looking at GJ, I noticed that there is a resistance around 152, 152,600. Okay, 152,600. Let's have a look. 152,600. Yeah, I mean 152,600 is pretty far. So for me, anything from 16 and above is a tradable range for me. Especially the structure matters, and the structure in pound yen is looking pretty good. So I mean, pretty good. When the structure is right and the trend is there, everything is so visible. 15 pips of range is okay for me. I mean, I usually trade in a range above 20, but from 15 is beautiful. So on the hourly. Yeah, I mean, pretty good on the hourly. Yep, that is a tradable range. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pum 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 pum. Pum 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 pum. Pum pum. Man, this 2 hour candle in pound yen is so beautiful. This current 2 hour candle, right? If this 2 hour candle has to push up, if it's actually going to respect that, if it's actually going to break that previously formed resistance, and if it's actually going to reject that level, just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. Motsu, are you here? Motsu, can you take over the mic, please? Mandish or Motsu, can you guys take over the mic, please? All right, so I am back again. Back again, sir. All right, so pound yen. Looking at pound yen right now, look at this previous hourly candle closed bullish with a liquidity wick on the downside. This is beautiful. Now, if the candles are to move up, it has to make some sort of wick on the downside and start pushing up. Feeling the wick on the left-hand side. There's a clear traffic on the upside from the current price in about 19 pips, 17 pips of range, which is still good. I mean, the structure is there. Maybe on the break of the high. On the break of the high could be a nice idea. Maybe the stop loss could be below the current previous 30-minute candle. I mean, if this candle could make us a decent wick on the downside, my stop loss could be somewhere around there. But right now, it looks like it's going to break that wick and it's just going to move up. Looking at the structure. I think that's what it's going to do. Oh, so what I can actually do is maybe I can take a buy on the break of the high, and the stop loss could be in about 14 pips below the previous candle's low. That could be the idea here. That could be a idea. Just need to break that high. Just need to break that high. Need to break that high. Candle hasn't made a decent wick on the bottom, but looks like it's gonna push up, breaking high, and has broken high on my terminal. This is where I'm gonna take buy right here. My buying scenario is in. I am in buys within about 16 pips stop loss, anticipating the price to push up with volume. I mean, if it could push up, it'll be lovely. So let's see what's gonna happen. Need to see a push. Need to see a push, sir. Need to see a push. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Let's see. So this is obviously an impulsive entry. The structure is there, and volume is there. So if the price has to move up, it has to respect its low, because the candles are moving up in its first few minutes. It's kind of funny because it's the first few minutes of the candle. But again, at the same time, confidence is in about out of 10. The confidence is, I would say, 8, not the 10, but 8, which is still good because the structure is there. I mean, highly. Price moves up and down with structure, so if the structure has to push the price up, I mean, that's going to be lovely. At this point in time, one pip in profit, 1.5 pip in profit. Ooh, and we are moving up nice and slow. Let's see. 30-minute, the structure is there in about 2 pips in profit, so I have to see candles moving up with volume. Have to see candles moving up with volume. Let's see. Yep. We are pushing up, sir. We are pushing up nice and slow, sir. Breaking high at this point in time. So one of the best risk management tool or ideas in my head right now is cutting down position in about 50% of the position once this once this 15-minute candle starts breaking its own low, because at that point in time, I mean, the candles have no business in retracing, breaking lows. That way, I'm going to lose less than what I anticipated. So at this point in time, anticipating the price to move up with volume. If the candles have to reverse, I mean, I'm going to close down 50% of my position below the wick, so in about 6 to 7 pips. I'm going to close down the position if the candle starts breaking its own low. But right now, the candles are looking pretty good. Pretty good, sir. Pretty good. First few minutes of the hourly candle. Right now, the 5-minute candle retracing, but it's just a 5-minute. Even 5-minute has a support structure, which is good. I mean, 5-minute also has a support structure, which is good. Let's see what's going to happen. Do I have to manage my risk? Could be the case. Could be the case. Because sometimes your bias is correct, sometimes your trade is correct, but the only thing is you have to manage your position, because that's just the way the market moves. And especially around Monday, you can't rely on too much of volume, right? So it's obviously a textbook trade with the structure, anticipating the price to move up with volume at this point in time. Has broken significant level, has broken highs at this point in time. There's a support. There is a proper support on a 30-minute time frame. So let's see if the clear range is going to be achieved, right? So this is a trade where I am anticipating the price to actually move through the clear range. So if that is the case, that is going to be lovely. So let's see what's going to happen. We are 7 minutes in the market right now. 7 minutes in the market. And I'm keeping my eyes open for any sort of risk management possibilities. Any sort of risk management possibilities. On YouTube, Hars Kushwaha says, are you a funded trader? No, sir. I have a small bit of capital for myself, and that's what I trade. Small bit of capital. Now, at this point in time, look at this. So the previous 5-minute candle actually closed bullish. This 5-minute candle, so the current 5-minute candle retracing down pretty hard, right? So I don't want to see this candle breaking the previous 5-minute candle's low. If that 5-minute candle starts breaking the previous 5-minute candle's low, it's not looking good. But again, at the same time, it's a 5-minute candle, so I'm keeping my eyes open on a 15-minute more than anything else. If this 15-minute candle maintains a bullish posture, my trade could still be valid. Could still be valid. Again, at the same time, it's actually looking funny because I actually happened to buy near a resistance, 15-minute resistance, right? On a 15-minute resistance, which was a high. So I'm still thinking about it. So what I've learned over time the hard way is, if I'm not able to cut down my position short when I'm feeling uncomfortable, or when I feel that it's not working, that's when I'm in big trouble. I should be able to cut down my position or close the position whenever I'm feeling uncomfortable. So I'm constantly looking and trying to explain it to myself that, you know what, my bias could be correct. My position could look like a textbook trade. Again, at the same time, market does what it does. So if it's going to retrace, man, do I really want to get full stop loss hit around the end of the month? Maybe no. So I'm trying to keep myself active in terms of the, you know what, risk management is the king. Risk management is the king. 100% it's the king. See? For my bias to play out, I need this 15-minute candle to maintain a bullish sign, respect its own low, and that way it's beautiful. Otherwise, I may have to start closing down my position. I may have to start closing down my position. All right, so Harsh Kush Waha on YouTube says, what's your average monthly gain? So definitely depends, you know, my monthly ranges has been differing because I've been upping my lot since March now, since March. So March was good. April was okay, you know, so in about, I would say, in about 60 to 40% in a month. 40 to 60% gain in a month, which is quite decent, to be honest. It's quite decent. It's not that hard. It's not that easy. And at the same time, you know, when you're a trader, when you've been trading for some time, 40 to 60% in a month is actually quite decent, especially when you have a good knowledge of using leverage and you can handle risk, right? So it's pretty good, 40 to 60%. It's paying me off pretty well at the end, you know, because we do have losses as well. The profit alone is like humongous sometimes, but we do have a proper summed up month, right? So that's what happens. That's what happens. 40 to 60% of my total account every month. I mean, pretty good, to be honest, pretty good. So right now, look at this. So the market is pushing up right now, which is looking good. I mean, if there's enough volume, the price can push up. I just need 10 pips out of the market. So when I'm going to get 10 pips, I'm going to start securing and I'm going to start putting my trades in break-even sort of a situation. That's what I'm going to do. So all I need to see is this 15-minute candle closing bullish in the next 2 minutes. If this candle could close bullish, man, that's going to be beautiful. So Kevin Marine says, so even though your stop loss is 16 pips below your entry, you will secure at 10 pips partially. So that's an interesting question. So you asking me that question tells me that, you know what, you're relying more on risk to reward, strict risk to reward sort of a regimen. So I don't think that works, to be honest. As per my experience, I'm happy with 10 pips sometimes. Sometimes I'm in 10 pips, you know, I just close down the position. That's it. I don't need 16 to 16. As long as you secure and manage your trade, you're always in that winner, right? That's the idea. As long as you manage to secure and manage your trade, you're always in that winner. You don't need to hold your trade until you hit that 1:2 risk to reward, and then only you close partial. No. I mean, as long as that is your plan and you're comfortable with that, I mean, that's good for you. But for me, I'm happy with 10 pips. So I start securing around 10 pips and I manage my position and I let the rest run. And whether the rest of the trade's going to hit like 1:5, 1:4, 1:2, I don't really care. So that is the key. So 10 pip has been my sweet spot for several years now. 10 pips. So Harsh Kushwala says managing risk increases risk reward automatically. Yeah, I mean, now here's the thing, right? Now you start noticing your daily risk, and once you start taking trades, obviously market does what it does. Now once you start losing less to the market, your winners are automatically going to look bigger, because you're at least going to secure 10 pips, right? At least going to secure something out of the market. So when you're going to lose only a little, your winners are going to look bigger, man. 100% is going to look bigger. All right, at this point in time, look at the way the hourly candle is actually moving. It's actually still bullish, has 43 minutes left for its close. I was anticipating a volume, but I mean, this hourly candle is just retracing pretty heavy at this point in time. So if the candles are to push up, there is no business candles breaking its own low. If it's going to break its own low, that's going to be the position where I'm going to close at least 50%. Because I am anticipating the volume to push the price in GJ. And we are 16 minutes in the market. So let's see if the trade is going to work out. Oh. And we are pushing up. Beautiful. So the previous 15-minute candle closed bullish with a decent wick on the top. At this point of time, current 15-minute candle also heading up very nice and slow. If this candle is to push up, the wick can be fueled. And if the wick is going to be fueled, we have a clear traffic on the left-hand side where the price can attack. And the clear traffic could be achieved. You know, if the price is going to move that way, I mean, my take profit could be hit. So let's see what's going to happen, right? At the same time, we should always be prepared for different sort of outcomes. So what is a different outcome I'm being prepared for? I'm being prepared that, you know what, market can all of a sudden move against me and start hitting my stop loss. I have to be prepared for the worst. That's what the idea is. I have to be prepared for the worst, and I should be on my active ninja mode, to manage risk. That's what it is. And the position is still running. Need to see some sort of volume in the market. If there's no volume, man, it's gonna be a misery, man, to be honest. Need to see some sort of volume in pound yen. Mandish says no volume today. Oh, I know, right? I mean, the way it's moving, the structure is there. So I'm actually believing on the structure more than anything else. So I'm actually believing more on the structure than anything else. You know, so let's see what's going to happen. Let's see if the structure is going to give me some sort of pips. All right, so Kevin says, what's your current spread on Dominion? It's 1 and 1.3 pips. It's ranging from 1 to 1.5, which is good. I mean, 1 to 1.5 is a pretty decent spread, to be honest. Pretty decent spread. And I am still in the position. I mean, I need at least 10 pips out of the market. So let's see if the market's actually going to give me 10 pips here. Mr. Market, I need to get the 10 pips. So please give me the 10 pips. Please give me the 10 pips. If the candles start ranging, I may have to close the position, man. To be honest, on a Monday, I don't want to hold the trade at too long. So, yep, I have to wait. I have to wait patiently for the worst outcome as well. So Kevin on YouTube says, wow, mine is 2 pips on Oanda. I know. Oanda has 2 pips. Oh, interesting. I mean, Oanda is supposed to give you better liquidity feed, but I don't know, man. And Kevin says, maybe I need to switch. Yeah, you have to do your own bit of research, and there are brokerages. I mean, pretty good, right? It's 1. 1 is pretty good. One pip. Mine is ranging from 1 to 1.5. So pretty good. pretty good, sir. And I am still in the position right now. This current 15-minute candle is having a hard time breaking on the upside. I need to see this 15-minute candle moving up. If it starts breaking its own low, man, that's going to be probably the close of the half of the position right there. Yep. Yeah, because on the risk management part, I have to be strict on myself. That's just the discipline regimen for myself, right? So let's see if there's any volume in the market. Any volume in the market. Need to see some sort of volume in pound yen. We are 21 minutes in the market now already, and if the market is to range until NYSE, it's not a good picture. It's actually not a good picture because the bias could be correct, the trade could be correct, but this could be an early entry. You know, that could be the case too. That could be the case, Mr. Pound Yen. That could be the case. This 4-hour candle is coming to a close in the next 37 minutes. Maybe we are going to experience some volume in the next 37 minutes because this is the close of the 4-hour. Either this 4-hour candle is going to close and push even higher, or it's actually going to retrace heavy, man. So I'm trying to be aware of both of the scenarios. Need to see volume. Let's see. Let's see, Mr. Pound Yen. Let's see, Mr. Pound Yen. Alrighty. So Nikesh says lower spread account normally attracts commission. That's actually correct. That's actually correct. So Kevin here says, oh, okay, so maybe it's a different payment plan. Do you pay more in commission and dominion? Yes, sir. You pay per spread. You pay every order deal. So you pay half of the $7.5. So one standard lot in total, it's going to cost you $7.5 in commission. But on a long run, it's actually pretty good because you get the access to the best spread, right? Right now my spread is one pip, which is good, and I'm constantly looking to see if I can manage risk here. So it's still looking good, but in the other hand, I'm expecting bad things too out of my trade. So we got one chart from YouTube from Nishchu Gautam. Nishu is sending a chart. Let's just have a look at Nishu's chart here. Mr. Nishu's chart. Let's see. I need 10 pips out of the market. Ooh, Pound Yen is pushing up here. Let's see. I need to catch in about 8 to 10 pips right now. The way it's struggling to move, 8 to 10 pips, and I'm going to be out of the market. Let's see. Or I might even manage the position. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's see, Mr. Pound Yen. I need 8 to 10 pips, Mr. Pound Yen. 8 to 10 pips, Mr. Pound Yen. Let's see, Mr. Pound Yen. In about 4 pips in profit right now. 4 pips in profit. Let's see, Pound Yen. Mr. Pound Yen. So the current 15-minute candle has broken the previous 15-minute candle's high at this point in time. So there's higher chance for the price to move up. Higher chance for the price to move up. So if the candles are to push up, man, this is a really right chance. And there's a clear traffic on the left-hand side. We are 26 minutes in the market already. And want to see market giving me in about 8 to 10 pips right at this point in time. 2-hour candle also has 32 minutes left for its close. And hourly candle also looking pretty good at this point in time. 30-minute candle has 2 more minutes left for its close. If this 30-minute candle could push up in the last few minutes, that's going to be nice. Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. Nikesh says it depends if you're a scalper versus swinger. If you're a swinger, 1 to 2 pips of spread may not impact you. That is actually correct, because I'm actually actively scalping. I need tight spreads for my style of trading. I need tight spreads. And the 15-minute candle has 1 more minute left for its close. All right, Harsh Kushwaha says, where are you from? So right now, I'm from Australia right now. But originally, I was born in Nepal. So my hometown is Nepal. Nepal, my friend. And right now, the 30-minute time frame, 30-minute candle is going to close in the next 1 minute. I wanted to see this 30-minute candle push, but it hasn't pushed yet. So I don't know. I'm actually liking the trade, but again, at the same time, it's retracing in the last few minutes before our candle close. I am just noting things down. Noting the things down, and I like it. At the same time, I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time. Come on. Let's see, Mr. Pound Yen. Our Pound Yen 30-minute candle is closing here in the next 10 seconds. Looks like it's closing bullish. And the 15-minute time frame, so the current 15-minute candle, previous 15-minute candle rejected the top, rejected the resistance. I mean, the wick is on the top, but want to see candles pushing up. So I think I have to be risk. I have to be on top of risk management here today. I think that's what it's going to be. I think that's what it's going to be. So the previous 30-minute candle closed bullish, but right now the current 30-minute candle retracing down pretty heavy. This was the first 30-minute candle that actually closed above the resistance. First 30-minute candle that actually managed to close above the resistance. It's still looking good. It's still looking good, but man. So what I'm going to do is, if this current hourly candle starts breaking its own low, that's going to be the position where I'm going to close at least 50% right there. Close down at least 50% of my trade right there. Let's see. We are 31 minutes in the market, and the market gave me around 6 pips, 6 to 5 pips, and right now is retracing pretty heavy. So the 30-minute candle is still respecting the previous 30-minute candle's low. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I think this is going to be the position where I'm going to close at this 50% right here. Closing 50% right here. Closing 50% right here. There you go. Closing 50% right here, because I don't like the way hourly candle is retracing. I wanted to see volume in pound yen, but obviously didn't see high influence volume. So I mean, I think NYSE is going to move the market rather than a New York Open right now. So I have to wait for another hour or so, and if the market is just going to range, I think it's just going to be another character building day where risk has been managed. So pretty good. I mean, 6 pips risk management, half of the trade, half of the position, close in 6 pips. So the previous 30-minute previous hourly candle still closed bullish with a healthy wick on the downside. I mean, have to see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. Wow. The way it's retracing, I feel so uncomfortable right now. I feel so uncomfortable right now. The way it's retracing, breaking lows. Oh my God. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. So at this point in time, I can actually close down my whole position. The way I'm feeling, I feel really uncomfortable. So it's all about comfort. At the end of the day, it's all about comfort, right? So this could have been a textbook trade. This could have been a volume trade. But again, at the same time, market is causing the prices in pound yen to retrace. So the best idea for me is kind of think that, you know what, if I save some of the risk, or if I save some of the daily risk at the side, I may be able to use that risk later on. So which is still a good idea. It's retracing pretty heavy. Yep, I closed the whole position right here. Close the whole position. Close the whole position. So sometimes you have to take the bullet. Sometimes you just have to take the bullets. So didn't feel comfortable. The trade could have been a valid trade. I mean, the 4 hour is still bullish, right? So look at the 4 hour. 4 hour is still bullish. So risk management, man, that was 100% risk management, top risk management. So GJ, let's say 8 pips. Buys New York open. So definitely a risk management, man. Oh man, that was crazy. Now I actually closed the whole position. I will tell you why I closed my whole position, right? So look at the way the market is retracing right now. Look at the way the market is retracing right now. So I managed to close half around 6 pips and the full position around 8 pips. So rest of the position around 8 pips. So which is actually pretty solid because the way the 4-hour candle is closing, look at this. We actually talked all about this, right? The 4-hour candle was coming into a close, and what we've seen over time is the 4-hour candle usually pushes really hard at the end, or it retraces pretty hard. Now the 4-hour candle is retracing pretty hard at this time. I mean, this is the close, and we've seen this several times. Now, if the candles are to push up, the bias could still be correct. The bias could be correct, but I've closed my whole position because I was uncomfortable. At that point in time, I was really uncomfortable. So close the whole position. Close the whole position. Man, oh man, gold is pushing down. I think I should have better traded gold here. Focused on pound yen because pound yen was looking so good, but I think gold was the real opportunity below 1804.80. I think gold was the real opportunity here. On the break of these lows, man, I missed it. 100% missed it. 100% missed the gold buys. Gold sell. Sorry, gold sell. People are gonna kill me if I said gold buys. Yeah, man, I definitely missed gold sell. Definitely missed gold sell. Pound yen. Pound yen at this point in time, look at the way it's moving down, man. That's why you got to manage your risk. That's why you got to manage your risk, right? Now I only lost less in the market. So next time I trade, I can use that risk, especially around the time of monthly candle close or the month end. You want to stay risk averse, 100% risk averse. So, Kevin says on YouTube, if you were paying attention to gold, where would you have entered? So, on gold, if I was paying attention in gold, my idea was sales below 1804.80. So a 5-minute candle closed below. Look at this. This 5-minute candle actually closed bearish near that area, and this 5-minute candle retraced up, making the high before moving down. So this trade on the break of the low with stop loss above the current candle in about 13 pips on the upside, that would have been my trade, 100%. And I missed that sell so badly. Moving down in about 27 pips right now. Moving down in about 27 pips. Ooh. And pound yen. Let's see what pound yen is doing. Pound yen for 4-hour candle has 20 more minutes left for its close. Looks like it's going to close bullish. And I think it's going to leave a healthy wick on the upside for the next candle to fill, which kind of makes sense. Which does kind of make sense. So on the hourly sort of perspective, look at this. Look at the way the hourly candle is kind of rejecting the bottom at this point in time, rejecting the support. So it looks like the candles are going to push up, but I'm out of the trade already, and looks like I'm not going to take another trade because look at the way the market's been moving, right? If the candles were to push up, the volume was to respect the market structure in pound yen, but it didn't. On a 30-minute, it's ranging side by side. On a 30-minute, it's ranging side by side. So this has been a risk management day for me. a risk management day. Wow, it's rejecting the bottom at this point of time in pound yen. Beautiful. Ooh. And the hourly candle is bullish. Ooh, looks like it's gonna push up here. $19 more minutes left for this candle to close. And looks like it's gonna push up. On YouTube, Kevin says, what would your confirmation be for a sell in gold? So my confirmation would be the break at this structure. So I would at that point in time I would want to see a break of the structure with volume, so which was obviously there. So the volume would be more from the New York market open. So around the clock, obviously this was the New York market open, so expecting price to break the low, break this structure below 1804.80, and my confirmation would be the break of the low. This 5-minute candle's break of the low. Break of this 5-minute candle's low would be the confirmation, 100%. And this candle making a high before moving down, that's going to be a sign. That's a sign. A break of the low is the confirmation. That's when I would enter with the confirmation. So definitely missed the gold sell. Yep, pound yen moving up at this point in time. Moving up at this point in time. We are 45 minutes away from the NYSE at this point in time. Man, missed that golden opportunity of sell in gold. I actually mapped the trade, but I missed it because I was focusing on pound yen. This was a golden opportunity. Clear range on the left hand side, and the daily candle seems as if it's actually rejecting the top. If this daily candle could flip bearish, man, it can actually slowly start pushing down. It can slowly start pushing down, and if gold is to push down, there is a lot of target on the downside. Man, definitely missed that golden opportunity of sell, but it is what it is. At the same time, you cannot expect to trade. You cannot expect to take every trade in the market. You just have to be okay about it. Sometimes you just have to be okay. Now, me managing that risk was a really good decision, and obviously risk management is something which you will learn only after like hard repetition and hard practice. Keep on practicing risk management, because obviously losing less is way powerful than losing more, right? So you want to take control of that risk. If you can take control of the risk, if you can lose less in the market and win the same amount or even bigger, I mean, it's pretty good, right? It's actually pretty good. So Kevin on YouTube says, thanks to you, I'm sharpening my risk management skill. Lost half of what I plan to lose on trader today. So I mean, yeah, it's hard to realize that, why would I want to lose, right? It's very hard. It's a normal human psychology, right? So nobody would ever want to lose. And they don't understand the idea that, they losing less is not as similar to losing more. Now that's the difference that people need to learn. Now, once you start losing less in the market, but earn the same amount or earn big, I mean, you're on the good side, man. That's a secret. I think that's one of the best secrets you need to be profitable in FX. 100%. Anybody would agree on this fact. If you really want to be profitable on a long term in FX, you have to know how to cut down your losses short. Not only in FX, in any other kind of trading career, trading lifestyle, you need to be able to cut down your losses short or isolate your bleeding. You have to be able to isolate your bleeding. If you bleed less, I mean, you win. You will recover. 100% you'll recover. Now, my risk management was on point. To be honest, on point. Look at the way it's moving, right? What if I was a beginner trader? What if I was a beginner trader telling myself that, oh man, maybe it's going to work this time. Maybe I'm going to hold the trade for this time. If I was holding the trade until right now, I mean, I would be heartbroken. I'd be losing a lot of money. So risk management is the king. That's why you have to define your risk management. The trade was working at the beginning, the structure was there, a 30-minute and hourly sort of a structure was there, and the candles moved up and gave about 6 pips, but at the end, I mean, the candles retraced pretty heavy because this was close to the 4-hour candle as well. Now looks like the next 4-hour candle could get a nice chance to push down here, push up here. So we'll love to see what's going to happen. All right, so Kevin on YouTube says opinion on EU. So you can see how EU moves. Obviously, the spread in EU is very less, but I mean, a lot of scalpers love EU, but look at the movement, right? It's not that consistent. To be honest, EU for scalpers could be a great opportunity looking at the high time frame and taking positions based on the high time frame. But man, EU, I don't know. I wouldn't trade EU. I personally wouldn't trade EU. I'm okay about pound yen and gold. To be honest, I'm okay about it. 100% okay about it. But man, oh man, I missed that gold selling opportunity. It's just, come on, man, missed that selling opportunity. $32 minutes away from the NYSE. All right, so pound yen is still showing some sort of bullish sign. Previous 4-hour candle closed bullish with wick on the top, showing signs to feel that wick. I mean, as I said earlier on, the bias could be correct, but the trade could be early trade, right? So at this point in time, I'm trying to see if I can actually take a buy once price starts moving with NYSE volume. So if that is going to happen, or if the price is going to move early, I may miss the trade, but I want to see if the NYSE could push the price somewhere. So let's see what's going to happen. All right, so Kevin on YouTube says, what do you think about possible sell if the candles break 152.01? I mean, it seems as if it can work, right? It seems as if it can work. Looking at the present price structure, but the recent price action is bullish, right? And if the volume has to push the price up, candles retracing right now kind of makes sense. So I am still waiting. I'm still waiting for the NYSE. I'm not going to take a sell. For sells, I need to see a proper candles close below the support. If candle starts closing below the support, then I can think about sell. But again, at the same time, I'm looking for buys. So we will see. We will see if the sell idea could work as well.
folks. It's time to kick it old school. So you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
We are 29 minutes away from the market open, and the GJ is kind of pushing down at this point in time, breaking the lows. My bias was a bullish bias. Now it seems like the bias looks invalid in the hourly sort of a perspective. On a 4 hour, on the other hand, is still valid on a 4 hour. This 4 hour candle could be grabbing its liquidity before pushing up, so we will see what's going to happen. We will see what's going to happen.
out the door, then you have magic.
Looks like pound yen is gonna push up here. Pound yen has a higher chance of pushing up than anything else right at this point in time. Has a higher chance to push up than anything else. 16. And pound yen is moving up nice and slow, 4 minutes away from the NYSE, and seems like the 4-hour candle could actually move up here. That's what it looks like. 4-hour candle seems as if it can actually push up, fill the wick, and push all the way up to 152.335. Yup, Kevin, that is correct. Waiting to see if this wick is going to be filled, and I mean the candles do have clear traffic on the left hand side, so the trading idea ahead that I traded, I think that idea is still valid. Looking at the candle movement right now, it's still valid. It's just that the trade was too early, right? Wow. This is so good. Yeah, looks like the NYSE is going to drive the price even higher. That's what it looks like.
Sit here thinking of you. Maybe I'm painting blue. What I'm about to do.
Yep. NYSE is driving the price even higher, even higher. Looks like it.
Sit here thinking of you. Maybe I'm painting blue. What I'm about to do. Show your love.
And we are pushing up. $30-minute candle close bullish, and looks like the NYSE is only going to drive the price even higher. That's what it looks like. Looks like the NYSE is going to drive the price even higher. Previous 30-minute candle close bullish, proper support formed. So I'm thinking about a buy stop above that level. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see. Whoop, and it's pushing up. It's pushing up. Let's see. Wow, it's pushing up nice and slow, nice and slow. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. NYSE, ooh, pushing up, ooh. Wow, I'm actually in the position. My pending got activated and I am in a position right now. Ooh, beautiful. 7 pips, secure. Secure 7 pips. And the rest is running at break even at this point in time. Wow. I can show you guys my position. I can show you guys my position. Look at this. Ooh, it's running, it's running. Ooh, it's running 12 pips. 12 pips in profit. Ooh, hit that target. Look at that. So the YouTube guys can see my position. Obviously can't see my position, but this is lovely. Ooh, it's going. Ooh, securing another half right here. Oh, my terminal is frozen now. Securing another half right here. 16 pips. Beautiful. Ooh. Moving up. Moving up pretty well. Pretty well. Let's see. So this was the NYSE volume and waited for this trade. So I kept a pending around here once the previous 30-minute candle closed bullish, and the pending was activated. So in about 10 pips of stop loss, I was anticipating NYSE volume and managed to secure. Beautiful. And I think the price is going to move all the way. The candles are going to move all the way to 152.565. That's what I think. I think it's going to move all the way up. That's what I think. And I'm going to show you guys my position one more time. Look at this. Look at this, sir. So this was the pending right here. Now it's been managed already in about 17 pips in profit. So I'm going to close all of the position once I hit that 20 pips. NYSE volume. So beautiful, beautiful trade. Beautiful. Wow. 17 pips in profit. I think I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to secure another half right here. Secure another half right here. Because it's always about securing rather than holding, right? Once I secure, I'm on the good side. And I always want to be on the good side. I always want to be on the profitable side. So it's actually looking pretty good. Looks like it can actually continue up, but at the same time, my idea is to secure. So I secure another half here, around 18 pips. Ooh, 20. Secure. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. Just so beautiful. I love it. And the position is still running. Look at this. Now left with one lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to secure everything right here. 24. Just secure. Yep. I closed the whole position right here. So in about 22 pips. So in about 22 pips. 22 pips. And the price is just pushing up. Looks like my target is going to be hit here. Ooh, look at the way it's moving. Look at the way it's moving. Beautiful. That's why you should manage your risk, right? So the first trade I took, I managed my risk. I managed to somehow close my position with smaller loss. The second trade, I was able to use the previous risk, and that risk allowed me to capitalize. Now, I don't really care if the market's gonna jump in the sky or if it's gonna drop to the hell. I don't really care. I was waiting for this trade, and the trade happened. My bias was kept same. I waited for the 30-minute candle to close finally, and after the 30-minute candle close, I placed my pending in about 1 or 2 pips away. Ooh, it's moving up. Beautiful. The way it's moving, this is beautiful. Wow. This is simply wow. Simply wow. That's why you got to manage your trade, guys. That's why you got to manage your trade. So the trade I took with NYSE volume, it moved in about 35 pips. 35 pips from the entry, and I managed to secure 22 pips out of the 35 pips move. I almost managed to secure 80%. Was that 80%? Let's calculate. Let's see. Let's see if that was 80% or not, right? Let's see. So I have my calculator here. I think it's 80%. 22 pips out of 34, or 64%, which is still good. So I managed to secure 64 pips out of that whole move. 64 pips out of that whole move. 64%, sorry, 64% out of the whole move. So a pending was placed around there, and the trade is running. Beautiful trade. Beautiful. That's why you got to manage your risk, so that when the actual trade happens, you will be able to secure at least something. Right, that was lovely. Lovely, lovely trade. Beautiful trade. All right, guys, so I'm going to call it a day. Thank you guys for coming in. And on YouTube, Nasir Amari says, even if the candle closes above 152.200, don't you think that it might be retesting the resistant trend line? I mean, I think, Nasri, I think you're complicating things. So you got to make it simple, man. You got to make it simple. This was a really simple trade. If you look into my trade, it was a very simple trade, nothing complicated. My first bias was based off of the hourly candle. The first trade I took, which turned out to be risk management for me, a hardcore risk management. But look at this. I managed my trade, and my bias was same. Why it was same? Because the support was there, and the price was trying to break this level several times. So if the price is trying to break this level several times, with volume, the price has, we have seen over time that, you know what, price do break these levels. So when the price do break this level with volume around high volume time, it just continues through. Or it it breaks the level, retests the level, then starts moving up, right? So I obviously didn't see any sort of retest. So that's why I placed the pending in about 1-2 pips away from the candle close. So that if there was any potential retest, I wouldn't be liquidated. And all I wanted to do was capitalize on the move, actual move. And this was the actual move. So if the candles were to retest first before moving up, that would be beautiful, because it was a pending order. It was not a market order. It was a pending order. And obviously the candles started moving up, and beautiful. So this was definitely a volume trade. That's why you need volume when you're trading. A simple example why you need volume in your trading arena or scenario or your time, right? Your session. So beautiful, guys. So we're going to press that button, celebration button here. So if you guys have the YouTube link, go to the YouTube. If you don't have the YouTube link, I'm going to send you guys the YouTube link and we can celebrate together. I'm going to press the celebration button on the Zoom. Obviously, San and Dominic, you guys can go into the link as well. Go into the link and we're going to press the celebration button. So on YouTube, JAK says, are you a full-time trader? So mate, I cannot say I'm a full-time trader because I have a lot of projects at the side, but trading contributes a lot of income in my income streams, so which is good, right? And Reflective Detail says, mate, do you ever get slipped? I do get slipped around the news time, so that's why I stay away from the news. Okay, now if you go into the YouTube, I'm going to start the celebration, and thank you guys for coming in and thank you for the support. Now this celebration is going to start in the next 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bang. That's it. That's the celebration right there. And bang. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in, and best of luck. Make sure you learn something at least. If you didn't get that trade, try and see how could you have done the right thing, or how could you have managed your risk earlier on, or at least learn something before you go. Make sure you journal. Make sure you don't overtrade. Make sure you don't feel FOMO. You don't want to feel missed out. As much as you want to take trades, you should be able to hold your guts up, hold your guts together, and wait for the proper opportunity. Rather learn, rather journal, and that way you're going to grow a lot. That's all I'm going to say, and thank you so much for coming in. That was lovely time with you guys, and we're going to come back tomorrow and try and attack the market the same way. Until then, take it easy and have a beautiful time. Okay? Have a beautiful time.